So, Apple just entirely broke their own playbook. For the last decade, we all knew exactly how September went. You sit down. Tim Cook walks on stage, and they drop 4 new iPhones. Simple, but according to massive supply chain leaks, Apple is officially splitting the family up. If you were waiting for the standard iPhone 18 this fall, I have some bad news. It isn't coming. Instead, Apple is pivoting to a wild split launch strategy, gambling everything on a $2,500 folding flagship and fundamentally reshaping the Mac lineup with chips we weren't supposed to see until next year. If you are thinking about upgrading your phone or your Mac anytime soon, stop what you're doing. We need to talk about what Apple is actually building behind closed doors. Apple is officially holding back the base model iPhone 18 and the budget 18e until spring 2027. Why? Because this September is all about the high-end power users. We're getting the iPhone 18 Pro, the Pro Max, and a brand new ultra-premium device we'll get to in a second. Now, look at these case leaks that just dropped from the supply chain. The Pro lineup is actually getting thicker this year. Usually, Apple loves making things impossibly thin, so why the extra bulk? Apple Intelligence is absolutely melting current phone batteries and heating up the chassis under sustained loads. To fix this, Apple is doing 3 major things to the 18 Pro. First is the Tune-onometer, a A20 Pro chip. This is Apple's first ever Tune-onometer architecture. It is terrifyingly small, highly efficient, and built entirely to handle heavy, on-device AI models without converting your hand into a heating pad. Second is the camera overhaul. The extra thickness accommodates a massive hardware upgrade, a physical, variable aperture main lens. Think of it less like a smartphone camera and more like a DSLR mirrorless setup. It mechanically opens and closes to give you true, organic background blur instead of buggy AI portrait software. Third is a slimmer island. For everyone who hates the screen cutout, Ice Universe leaked the new front glass metrics. The dynamic island is shrinking by 35% because Apple is finally hiding some of the Face ID sensors directly under the display glass. And the rumored signature color this year? A stunning, moody, dark cherry finish. But the real reason Apple is clearing out the base iPhones this fall is because they want the entire world looking at one device. The iPhone Fold. This isn't a prototype anymore. It's sitting in iOS internal beta code under the codename V68 instead of a bulky brick. Leaks suggest this thing is going to be an impossibly thin 4.5 millimeters when fully unfolded. When it's closed, you use a standard 5.3-inch outer display. Pop it open like a book and it reveals a massive 7.7-inch internal display. It essentially transforms from an iPhone into an iPad. Here's the big hardware plot twist. There is no Face ID on the foldable. Because of the insane thinness, Apple is reportedly putting a Touch ID fingerprint sensor right into the power button on the frame. But here's the catch. The supply chain claims Apple is using a highly complex, reinforced titanium hinge to make the screen crease almost completely invisible. Combine that premium engineering with an expected price tag of around $2,500. And this isn't a mass-market phone. It's Apple drawing a line in the sand to prove they can out-engineer everyone else in the foldable space. Now, let's shift gears to the Mac because things are getting weird in the supply chain. If you've tried to buy a Mac Mini lately, you've probably noticed shipping dates slipping or configurations completely disappearing. Retailers are running completely dry. This isn't an accident. Apple is aggressively clearing house to pave the way for the M5 and M5 Pro Mac Mini refresh. The Mini gets left behind for a chip cycle. But internal software logs confirm Apple is bringing their brand new Fusion architecture to the desktop Mini line. For the processor, expect the M5 and M5 Pro, which features an 8-core CPU combining 2 dies into one system on a chip. For base storage, expect a jump to a 512GB SSD standard, finally killing off the slower 256GB base. For connectivity, we are looking at Wi-Fi 7 and BLUETOOTH6. And for ports, look for Thunderbolt 5 on the Pro models for ridiculous data transfer speeds. Rumors point to a brand new MacBook Ultra moniker for the high-end models, featuring an old touchscreen, a hole-punch camera that completely eliminates the notch, and a significantly thinner aluminum chassis. But what do you think? Would you drop $2,500 on a creaseless, ultra-thin folding iPhone? Or is the split launch strategy making you look elsewhere?